Today, we are setting the Wayback Machine and showing you some classic Dr. Phil shows from our first few seasons. I picked the episodes in this series because you, the viewers, have continued to tell me how the problems and solutions we discussed all those years ago are still so relevant in your lives today. Now, today's episode focuses on what happens when destructive patterns and dependencies completely take over your lives. Now, during this uncertain and often frightening time in history, more and more people's bad habits have turned into addictions. And when I say addictions, I'm not just talking about drugs and alcohol. For example, we'll meet Rob, a man who spent all his money frivolously. Tricia, a woman who buried herself in her job to avoid her real feelings. And Sylvia, who was medicating herself with junk food. Now, this is a show you're going to want to watch all the way to the very end because we caught up with our guest and we'll hear how they're doing almost 2 decades later. The show starts with Sylvia, who was absolutely consumed with a desperate need to eat candy, supersized fast foods, and donuts, all to avoid her stressful life. Now, let's sit back and watch this classic Dr. Phil episode together.
My name is Sylvia, and I'm a food junkie. Food's my drug of choice. Whenever I'm stressed out or upset, I reach for cake, cookies, chips, or anything salty. The other day, I ate 4 donuts before I even realized what I was doing. I ate a whole one, and then a half, and then a half, and then a half, and well, by the end of the day, it was 4. When I buy fast food, I always get the supersized. I just can't help it. It's a better deal and I get more food. When I'm not eating, I'm thinking about eating. In case of an emergency, I keep food everywhere. In the car, in my purse, my nightstand. I just can't trust myself around food. I'm even thinking about taking up smoking, just so I can stop eating. Dr. Phil, I feel like it's getting out of control, and quite honestly, it scares me.
Now, do you agree that what you're doing is unnatural?
Yes.
I mean, you agree with that?
I know it. Yeah.
Okay, so this isn't something you think, well, you know, I just get hungry.
No, I'm not hungry.
You're saying it's more than that?
Yeah.
All right, so tell me why you think you do this.
Because it makes me feel better at that immediate moment. It's like a reward. I got through the stress, or I got through the task, or if I'm running around, if I'm nervous, okay, it's just a little this or a little that. And then at the end of the day, I realize how much it really is, and it scares me. I'm getting older. What's going to happen?
Have you tried to stop doing it?
I've scaled back, and I've got like the little candy bars instead of the big ones, and I did the little bag of chips instead of the big ones.
But you know, I figured out that 10 of those little candy bars is the same.
Exactly.
And did y'all notice that she breaks the donuts in pieces and eats them?
Yeah.
And what is up with, I think I'll start smoking so I can break this addiction?
Well, my girlfriend smokes and she's thin. I thought, okay, maybe I'm that desperate. But then I know it's not. I know I can't do that. And I know I won't do that, but it's getting to that point where I'm just feeling so desperate.
Okay, but now wait a minute. That's not your most shining intellectual moment, okay?
No. Oh, I know that.
You say, okay,
Yeah,
I'll stop eating and get cancer. You can really lose weight with cancer.
I know.
I mean, what do you think? You know better than that.
I know.
So can we cross that off the list of alternatives?
That's off. But when I actually got to the point where I was thinking about it, I knew I needed help. Okay. I knew I needed some tools to help me recognize what's happening to me and what can I do to replace it.
Okay, but you're not going to do that, right? No matter how desperate you get, no matter how big you get, you're not going to poison yourself with tobacco.
No.
Okay. Now, when we talk about addiction, what do you mean? I said, is there a pull to do this? Because I want y'all thinking about this in your life. I want you thinking about, is there something that you really are just pulled to that if it was taken away from you, something would happen, something would go, I mean, you'd start getting nervous, you'd start getting depressed, you'd start getting out of sync in your life. Has it got that powerful a pull on you?
It comforts me whenever it does. It's like I have to.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, it has that powerful pull.
Yes.
Because see, an addiction can be something that you're either misusing or overusing. Thanks for watching. While I have you, don't forget to click that little red button below to subscribe. Come on, you know you want to. Do it.